And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Daytona International Speedways. We get ready here for Oreo Truck Series qualifying, live from Daytona. These drivers getting ready to see who's going to be starting where for the NNSCRA Gen something 250. I don't remember what it's called, and I don't really care until we get down to it, actually the race. So we're just going to call this Oreo Truck Series qualifying. As the first car off, it looks like it's going to be Bob Jones, who's actually returning to the 13 truck for the third straight season. He made his rookie debut in that number 11 machine, and that was back. Why is my Fraps thing showing down there on the middle of the screen? I don't know why. I apologize for that, folks. Please ignore it. But Bob Jones, as I was saying, made his debut back in Season 5, driving the number 11, returned in Season 6, and Season 6 was actually a lot better than Season 5 for him. He came out of the Season 6 standings 22nd in the point standings, and it seemed to help him over in Mobile 1 as well, where he ended up winning the Rookie of the Year honors there. As we're going to see what his first lap was. Well, his first lap was over a minute. We still got to give him a full, complete lap here. And basically how this one's going to work, folks, is whoever has the fastest qualifying time after today's event is going to start on the pole position for the Truck Series event here at Daytona. And whoever ends up getting the second fastest will start second, and then all the way down to whoever gets the slowest time today will start in the final row on the outside line in 42nd place. Now, this is not going to be like the Snickers Cup Series, where we're not only going to have Daytona 500 qualifying, but we're also going to be having Gatorade duels, which will shuffle up who's going to start where in the Great American Race. But for this series and for Mobile 1 Cup Series, this is basically qualifying for these guys. They have to pretty much do it now if they're going to start on the pole position or anywhere near the front, as it was a 47.226 that Bob Jones ran for his first lap, and that's obviously the fastest one so far. Dylan Poteet going to line up right behind him. Poteet, the bridesmaid last season. He ended up missing out on getting the championship from fellow buddy Trent Dunham. Poteet finished second in overall standings with 2 wins, and he's coming back for some redemption here in Season 7. Keep in mind, too, he was the Sprint Unlimited winner last night. So Dylan Poteet looking pretty good. Let's see what he puts down for a first lap here. 45.929, that's 6th fastest on the current charts. As one car's coming up pit road, looks like that could have been the Deanna Shelton machine. Jump back here further, there you find Kyle Thomas, now in a full-time ride. He drove the 43 last season, and for a guy that made a limited number of starts, Kyle Thomas really did have a good Season 6 in his rookie debut. Kyle, as I look here through the standings, he finished out Season 6, 36th in the standings. That's actually not that bad for a guy who came in mid-season and ran a limited number of races. But now coming in with a full-time ride here out of Roush Fenway. We'll see what he can do. Behind him, Danny Wells, moving back to the 29 car this season. Danny ended up driving the 5 last season, and Danny ended up being a 2-time winner. Finished 25th in overall standings, and Danny Wells, this was the only series last season where he was not in the chase for the championship. And right behind him, another guy who actually went to victory lane in Season 6, that was Zach Rogers. He won at Riki Raceway in Season 6. He's in a full-time ride this season, driving the 15 out of Michael Waltrip Racing, that Toyota Tundra. And we're going to see how he does in a full-time ride. Rogers last season, in overall standings, he ended up finishing in 21st place. Not bad for a rookie. He was actually, I believe, 8th out of the non-chasers in points, and so he really had a good rookie season. We'll see how he does here in his second season in the Oreo Trucks. There's Chris Washer making his rookie debut in the Truck Series. We've seen what he can do over in Snickers Cup Series back in Season 6. He's now moving over to a full-time ride here in the 87 for Season 7 of the Oreo Truck Series, driving with the Nesquik sponsorship. Behind him is going to be Tanner Sullivan, another driver, making his debut here in the Oreo Truck Series. So a couple of rookies working together. And there's the 94 of Deanna Shelton moving to the inside line. Deanna Shelton was one of 3 drivers last season that was a Triple Crown winner. The other 2 being Charles Jackson and Dylan Young. That means that they had at least 1 win in all 3 series. Deanna Shelton ran a limited number of races when she replaced Alan Tanker in the 29, or Alex Tanker, I should say. And she finished out the season 41st in points, now coming in a full-time season in the Chase Elliott Chevrolet. There's James McLeod returning back to his old familiar Bass Pro Shops colors. James McLeod, the first driver in history to have 4 wins in a single season in the Oreo Truck Series. He picked him up last season in Season 6 and finished out the season 7th in overall standings. He'll look to come in here this season and maybe try and make history once again in that Turner Motorsports Chevrolet Silverado. Big pack of cars back here. One of them is Charles Jackson. Now Jackson returns to Earnhardt Ganassi Racing in the 42 machine. Jackson had a pretty good season with the 42 team in Season 6, finished 17th in overall standings, and ended up having a win as well. So we'll see how he does. He's currently 31st on the speed charts right now, but being in a big pack, these guys may actually pick something up. He just picked up 3 spots. He's up to 28th. Right behind him, Kyle Matthews. We saw how good a run he got in the Sprint Unlimited last night. I think he came away with a top 10 finish. Matthews, though, like Chris Washer, making his debut here in the Oreo Truck Series. So we'll see what he can do as he's driving the Brendan Gaughan 62 machine. Behind him, Austin Ogo in the 14. Ogo, I believe, is still considered a rookie because he made a limited number of starts in his Oreo Truck Series debut, which I think was back in Season 5. I'm not sure. Coming underneath is Zachary Robinson, and he's being drafted there by the defending champ, Trent Dunham. We'll get to that in a minute. Zach Robinson, it's the second straight season that the 33 is being driven by someone with the first name of Zach. Zach Rogers drove the 33 last season, but Zachary Robinson making his debut. And there is Trent. There's the defending champ. Second fastest on the speed charts right now as well, with a 43.430. That's his fastest lap as here comes the car onto the racetrack. That looks like that's the Luis Hernandez machine. That's a rookie out of Hendrick Motorsports. Another rookie running right behind Trent Dunham. That is Jerome Assetti, I believe that's his name. Let me just quickly look, make sure I'm saying that correctly. Yes, it is. And he's driving the Pepsi Max Chevrolet. He's a rookie making his debut. That's a ride that gets a lot of its equipment out of the Hendrick Motorsports stables. And there is Jake Rogers. The Season 2 Oreo Truck Series champion makes his return to the Oreo Truck Series and driving the number 91, which he actually won the championship with. It's a Ford this season, though, and that is actually a custom scheme out of, I believe it's RAB Motorsports. I believe that's his team. There's Luis Hernandez. Luis Hernandez known for online racing. This is his first time he's going to be making a start here in the NNSCRA. And right now he's 25th on the speed charts. He had just made a pit stop. Now he's able to merge with traffic. We'll see how he does. Levi McIntyre making his debut in the 22 out of Penske. As I said, he got the wall up there ahead of these guys. Don't want to have a wreck here in practice. But Levi McIntyre, he's making his debut here as well as in Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action. We'll see how he does. Right behind him, Cody Lamas makes his return to the 39. Now, Cody had a pretty stellar Season 6, even though he came in mid-season. 2 wins and 34th in overall points. I'll tell you what, I believe his 2 wins came at Nazareth and Texas. And there's Chris Dollerton, former Oreo Truck Series champ. He actually, I don't know if he was merging back on the track or if he may have got turned. But whatever the case, there's Cody Lamas. Right behind him, Dylan Young. Another driver who had a great season in the Oreo Truck Series in Season 6. Dylan Young ended up having 2 wins, and he also was 4th in overall standings. Whoa, look out. Dylan Young also, as I said, same for Deanna Shelton. Charles Jackson was a Triple Crown winner in Season 6. He had 2 wins in trucks, a win in mobile, and 2 wins in Snickers Cup. He just went around the 62, which we talked about already. Let's jump back here to this other pack that's starting to catch up. Jimmy Bly making his debut in the number 3. Michael Norman Motorsports keeping the streak going of rookies in that number 3 truck. Nick Bellardo was their driver last season, finished 14th in overall standings and did well in rookie points as well. And here comes underneath him now, whoa, Dollerton, really squirrely there. He visited about 3 or 4 different lines. Oh, I think Jimmy Bly's coming to pit road, and so the 83 had to get around him. But Chris Dollerton, last season, not exactly the best of seasons for him if you consider what he did in Season 5, but it still was a great follow-up season after he picked up the championship in Season 5. He ended up having 3 victories and finished 8th in the chase standings. So Chris Dollerton coming in here this season. We'll see what he can do. Keep in mind, too, Chris Dollerton actually would be the defending race winner of this event that we're going to be going to that these drivers are trying to qualify for. Andreas Allen. Saw him run a few limited races in the Snickers Cup Series, driving the 27 last season. Now going to be running full-time for Michael Waltrip Racing here in the Oreo Truck Series. 10th fastest on the speed charts right now for that rookie. Good run here today at Daytona. There's a 21, William Duncan. He's on pit road. I think I just saw Jackie Tang on pit road. James Silverfox here in the 4. Returning to that Turner Motorsports number 4 machine. We'll see how he does this season. His Season 6 was really less than desirable. He really did come on strong at the end of the season, though, and one of his big highlights was actually pushing his teammate, Dylan Poteet, who was in with the hunt for the championship at that point, across the line at Talladega instead of going for the win himself. So Silverfox, McLeod, Poteet, they're all going to be teammates again this season. We'll see how they work together here at this restricted plate track. Right behind him, Joe Gibbs Racing bringing in a new team. That's Jacob Lawler in the 09 Home Depot Toyota Tundra. Now Lawler ended up having a pretty good season in the Oreo Truck Series last season. Made the chase and ended up finishing 9th in points. He did not have a win during that course of that season, though. And neither did this guy, which was a big surprise to everybody. Sean Galligan was winless last season. Finished 28th in the point standings. Probably the worst Truck Series season he's had in the last 3 years. And right now he's running 29th on the speed charts as we speak. There's William Duncan coming back onto the racetrack. Duncan in the 21. William Duncan actually didn't do that terrible in the Truck Series until late in the season. Someone had some kind of problem there in turn 3. There's some smoke. See if anybody's coming to pit road. No, I don't know what happened there. Practice is nearly over, though. We've still got about a little over 2.5 minutes left of practice. We'll look in just a minute to see who is the fastest right now. It's Harui Tashimi's coming on to the racetrack now there in that number 5 NOS Energy Dodge. There's William Duncan, finished 26th in standings last season. Joshua Michaels moving over to the 43 this season. Michaels was a former winner last season and actually finished 19th in the standings, so looking good here in his full-time ride there. There's Kyle Corbett. He returns to the 17. He was a fill-in driver for a replaced Daniel Day last season, but now he comes in this season full-time. We'll see what he can do. As Zach Campbell goes to his inside, Campbell making his debut. Harrison Langford, another rookie, making his debut in the 70. There's Jake Cole in the 55. Jake Cole returning to the Oreo Truck Series. And there's Chris Washer. We already talked about him. Eric Burton, a former chaser last season, a three-time winner last season, and 5th in chase points, driving now in the 54 Chevrolet. We'll wait till we get down to 1.5 minutes here, and then we're going to find out who is the fastest on the racetrack right now. All right, let's see who is the fastest car on track at this moment. Well, look at this. It's Chris Dollerton. Chris Dollerton right now in this big pack is currently the fastest car on the speedway at this current moment. Alex DeMarco is currently 2nd fastest. 3rd fastest, that is Kyle Matthews, with Trent Dunham 4th and Austin Ogo in 5th place. His teammate Cody Lamas is 6th. 7th place, that's Levi McIntyre. 8th place is Jerome Assetti. Deanna Shelton is in 9th, and in 10th place is Tanner Sullivan. So Chris Dollerton, Season 5 Oreo Truck Series champ, and the defending race winner of this event here in the season opener of Daytona back in Season 6. Looks like he may be poised to sit on the front row with Alex DeMarco here if this thing runs down and nobody's able to topple them. I'm looking here. I see the 83. I see the 62, the 1, the 14. They're all in this pack. And there's the Matthew Daly machine trying to come back onto the racetrack there. The 23. Everybody trying to get around him. And I think this is the last timed lap we're going to have here before practice runs out. We've only got 10 seconds remaining. It's enough time for them to get around here to the stripe. Someone's going to pop up into the top 10. They got to register it now. Let's see. Is anybody going to jump up into the top 10? Doesn't look like it. Looks like our top 10 are going to remain exactly as I said. So we got 30 seconds here for the cooling down lap, I think. But Chris Dollerton is going to start on the pole position for, I believe it's called the NNSCRA Energy Resources 250. I was trying to remember the name, and I think I remember it now. NNSCRA Energy Resources 250. So he'll start on the pole position for that alongside of Alex DeMarco. And we didn't really talk about Alex DeMarco at all. DeMarco was a former winner last season, let's not forget. Finished 31st in points. But still, it's going to be a good battle between those two. It's going to be an all-Toyota Tundra front row, actually, because they both run Toyotas here in the Oreo Truck Series. And we're still waiting an extra 15 seconds. But it will not matter. No more scores are going to be registered. How about some of these rookies starting up here at the front? Third place for Kyle Matthews. Austin Ogo in 5th. Levi McIntyre 7th. Jerome Massetti. And that looks like that's it for practice. So let's take a look and see who's going to be starting where. There's Dollerton, DeMarco, Matthews, Dunham. What a great qualifying run for the defending champ. Austin Ogo, Cody Lamas, 2 Stewart Haas Racing Machines. Levi McIntyre, Jerome Massetti, Deanna Shelton, and Tanner Sullivan. That is going to be the top 10. 4 rookies will start inside, 5 rookies will start inside the top 10 in that event. Jake Rogers, he'll start this race in 11th. Danny Wells was 12th, fastest. Chris Washer 13th, James McLeod 14th, and 15th was Kyle Thomas. Zach Rogers 16th, Kyle Corbett 17th. Andreas Allen was 18th, Dylan Young 19th, James Silverfox will be in 20th, Jimmy Bly 21st, Luis Hernandez 22nd, Charles Jackson 23rd, Zachary Robinson in 24th, 25th was Jean Samfer. We didn't talk about her at all today, but a pretty good starting spot for her. Jake Cole will be 26th, 27th Zach Campbell, and Joshua Michaels in 28th. Looking further down, 29th place Eric Burton, Harrison Langford. He's going to be 30th. Dylan Poteet, who was actually one of the first cars on the racetrack, he'll be 31st for the 31, how ironic. Jacob Lawler, 32nd, 33rd. Sean Galligan, the first truck that came on track. Bob Jones, only 34th fastest on the track. Then Leah Walker in 35th. William Duncan in 36th. In 37th place, that was Jamie DeFallo. I believe that's how you say his name. Prudence Littlejohn, didn't talk about her at all. 38th place. Austin LaPlante, didn't talk about him. 39th place. 40th place was Harui Tashimi, Jackie Tang 41st, and Matthew Daly 42nd. We didn't really talk about anybody from 37th on down at all today. They must have spent a lot of time on pit road or something, because we were not able to really talk about any of those drivers, really. Most of them rookies, and I forgot to take the rookie off, the Prudence Littlejohn. I apologize for that. I will take that off as soon as I finish this recording. But Chris Dollerton, the Season 5 champ, is going to start on the pole position. Kind of interesting, too, if you look here. You got Chris Dollerton, former champ, starting first. Trent Dunham, defending champ, starting fourth. And Jake Rogers, former champ, starting in 11th place. So a lot of our former champions in this series starting up near the front of the field for the NNSCRA Energy Resources 250. Well, we're almost done with qualifying. We still got a little bit ways more to go. We got Mobile Cup Series qualifying. We got Snickers Cup Series qualifying for the Daytona 500. And then, of course, we got the Gatorade Duels, which are kind of like qualifying races in themselves. Hope you will be tuning in for those. We continue on our race weekend here from Daytona. If you enjoyed this qualifying session, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. As you're taking a look here, this is your official results. And we will see you guys next time here for Mobile Cup Series qualifying on the NNSCRA Sports Channel, Offline Racing at its best.